And welcome back to Let's Play ESO Ebonheart Pact, Episode 12. I already read that one. How the Yukonins chase the stars. And the Yukonins, who are also called the Starman, study the stars and shudder their movements. So that when the warrior was high in the sky, victory followed, and when the warrior was gone from the sky, came famine and desolation. Shuddered his cycle across the seasons, through two risings and settings to record the warrior's astral path. And the Starman said to his kinsmen, "Let us follow the warrior, find the place where he rests, and pledge ourselves to him. Victory that follows us all our days, and never again when it's ever famine and desolation." And it was agreed the Starman led the Yukonins by ship, on the path of the warrior across the mountains of vast deserts, and victory followed them, and famine and desolation fled before them. The warrior's treasures were three: Lord, the lady, and the steed, and they paid homage to these with gifts and incense. Where the warrior was at his apex, there they ended their journey. There they built a temple and a tomb for all the warriors who had died on the journey. In the death, the warrior honored them and made them his eternal guardians, undying as the stars and as numerous. So where they stopped not been marked on any planet map, but any who wished to find him must only do as they did and follow the warrior. Or just explore every single place in the world. Ooh. Wolfmare's Guide to Better Thieving. So you want to make it as a cut purse. Why is this book in here? Well, the life of a criminal, always one step ahead of everyone, pockets brimming with gold drakes. An appeal seeks to try and earn a living by robbing some wealthy merchants or extorting your local shopkeepers. Any bit of advice? Don't bother. My skilled thief I met in my day, I've seen 20 who thought they had what it took but ended up rotting in jail. But if you're anything like me, you won't listen to advice. You do whatever you want and never let anyone else tell you otherwise. Don't believe in with the risk. All that matters is the coin. Sound familiar? And the book might just teach you the difference between acting like a petty thief and a master criminal. What you thinking? Who is this Wolfmare? Who does he think he is, telling me how to be a better thief? What makes him an expert? Simple. Maybe you heard of the Heath Warnell? Notch Cannon's sacred diamond ring went missing? Still, an elder scroll got missing from the White Gold Tower perch years. That's right, it was yours truly. And there's about every kind of job you can imagine. I've got the drakes to put away to prove it. Next, see, find the resources to publish his own book. I have your attention. Let's start with two of the most fundamental skills you'll need sharpen if you want to make it as a cut purse: picking pockets and picking pockets. Before you roll the eyes and throw this book aside in disgust, honestly, the easiest way you're going to get caught is by ignoring the basics, but if you can master these activities, you'll find yourself swimming in coin. It's one of the easiest skills to learn, but you'll be surprised how often I've seen novices muck it up. Listen to your twofold. First, know your surroundings and know your approach. Where and when you decide to go fishing is just as important as who you choose as your mark. Follow them a while, there's never need to rush. Let somewhere isolated and out of earshot of any guards, but most importantly, always know when to let the mark go. Getting pinched simply isn't worth the risk. Always be plenty of other marks who will come along with their pockets full. Approach goes, don't drop into your crotch until you're completely out of Mark's view. Remind him preferably close to him. Don't spend too long deciding what you lift either. Good thieves should be able to hit a mark and make off with something valuable in less than 5 seconds. While applying this trait at night will greatly reduce your chance of getting caught. No other chasing, you have to do it in the daylight, just make sure you aren't in the open. It's an art form that takes years to master. Important thing to remember is that nature alike, each one behaving completely different. As long as you keep your wits about you, patience, you'll find them easier to defeat than you initially expect. Good picks are always essential. Make sure you have plenty of them tucked away in your pockets. Always take your time and keep a light touch on the picks. When the tumblers begin to fall in place, you should feel the pick tremble ever so slightly. You're near a sweet spot. Slow it down at that point. Move the pick with the finest touch. If you blind poke with locks like an old man, you're gonna end up with a bunch of broken picks and equally broken pride. Short of the lock is completely confounding you. There's always option of smashing. Just keep in mind this rather stiff one could potentially make a great deal of noise. By using my techniques, I'm not merely suggesting you're a successful thief. I'm giving you a solid guarantee. All it takes is a little bit of patience and a great deal of practice, and then maybe, just maybe, you'll become a successful Wolfmare. So we'll move on to another important tool in your arsenal: sneaking. To you that the shells can be just as potent of a weapon as your blade if you know how to bend them to your will. Crush, slash, bash, stab. I'm Master Kurtzug, people ask me. What weapon should I use? There are just so many choices. Where's my less battle-savvy little friends? There are, but not to worry, you don't need to choose just one. In fact, if you're anything like me, you'll have much more fun with two. Narrowing it down to two can be tough, but you should try out everything you see close to you. Battle axe and knife. Battle axe and sword. And come with your weapons, and they have to fit in your own style. All the mercenaries who go their whole lives just using say a sword and never try anything else. When I get to them to lift a hammer for the first time, a whole new world, and even better, they don't have to abandon that sword, just they know it so well. Just a shield. That's as it should be. Shields are really a sign of fear and weakness. I'm going to start using one. And the pros and cons, you should know a little about them. Axes are great for folks with exceptional armor and strength, but you need to be careful about getting the pointy parts stuck on or in your foes. Hammers are another good choice for the strong, and they're useful against heavy armor crushing the body beneath. They tend to be heavy, though, and may slow you down. Swords are a typical choice for beginners, but it takes work to maintain them in good shape, and they bit of finesse to wield. I haven't used daggers much, but getting close enough using something else, and they could help you seal the deal. For me, it's axe and hammer all the way. Axe, grim death in my right hand, I can deliver powerful targeted strikes on anyone without heavy armor. Face a more protected foe, here comes my hammer, Skull Crash, using my signature jaw wallop to knock them out cold and send their helms flying. So right back to the axe. Well, you definitely need to name your weapons as you pick them out. You can shout their names to scare your foes, and it'll help you develop a good, healthy relationship based on mayhem and thrill battle. Now you're going to have to put in a good deal of training time. I'm anywhere near my expertise. Well, every fight is a new chance to learn, so get out there, grab a weapon, then grab another. The whole world is waiting for you to crash, slash, bash, and stab the treasure and glory out of it. I like these books. I'm sure no one else likes these books. Can you believe it? We're done.
Speak quickly. I am very busy and our order is stretched to the breaking point.
I understand you've been having some problems. I'm here to help.
Of course. I'm sorry. You've come to help us and I'm being rude.
You know, situation, tell me what's going on here.
Then I'll start from the beginning. A short while ago, the 3 guardian star signs, the warrior, the mage, and the thief, vanished from the night sky.
What happened?
I wish I knew. I've studied the stars my whole life. I've heard them speak, but now they're silent. It's eerie. All I know is when the Guardians disappeared, 3 powerful beings started attacking Craglorn. They call themselves the Celestials.
Celestials?
I don't know. It's not a name I'd ever heard before. 2 of the Celestials identify themselves as the Warrior and the Mage. The third, strangely, calls himself the Serpent, after the 13th constellation. The thief is nowhere to be found.
Well, he's a thief. What do you need me to do?
Stargazers consists of scholars who are no match for the current threat. We need champions to face the warrior, the mage, and the serpent, and, if possible, to find the thief. Join us. Be our strong arm, our sharp sword against the Celestials.
I'll join you.
Thank you. We have a lot of work to do. But first, you must become an official member of our order. Enter the Circle of Stars and accept our blessing.
Goodbye.
Stars above, let this new light do your will.
Accept them, O stars.
Let them always follow where you lead.
Oh, please aid them.
And bless them to restore those who have fallen from glory. Our missing guardians.
Oh, please bless them.
We must talk. Do not be afraid. I am a friend.
Oh, you're the thief.
Forgive me. I did not know any other way to contact you without revealing myself. Even now, the Serpent's followers, the Scaled Court, are searching for me.
Who are you?
I am the Celestial Thief. I appeared with the other Guardians when the Serpent broke free and manifested in Tamriel. One by one, the Serpent trapped the others. First the warrior, then the mage. He wants to do the same to me.
Are you saying the Serpent's controlling the other Guardians?
Yes. They attacked Craglorn against their will. Listen. The Serpent's nature is chaos. He wants to undermine the very order of reality. He will not stop with Craglorn.
How do we stop him?
My power alone is not enough. You must free the other Guardians. I will help you as much as I dare, but the Serpent is looking for me. If he ensnares me as he has the others, all is lost.
How do I free the Guardians?
Hara and the Stargazers will help you. Use their knowledge. Look for the presence of the Scaled Court. Where they are, the Serpent is surely at work. But you must not tell anyone you saw me. The Serpent's followers are everywhere.
Are you really the thief constellation?
In a way. Just as you might look at a picture of the star signs and say, that's the thief, or
You're a manifestation.
that's the warrior. Just so, I'm the thief. Or one way of seeing the thief.
Tell me about the Guardians.
Of the 12 rightful star signs, it's the Guardian's duty to protect the lesser signs, our charges, against the destructive ways of the Serpent. With the warrior and mage under the Serpent's control, their charges are vulnerable. So is Tamria.
You know her?
It would be surprising if I didn't. The Stargazers are only dimly aware of it, but they carry an ancient legacy as students of the star signs. Their devotion has not gone unnoticed.
Goodbye. There's a portal to Belkar. Wait, what? The hell am I? Oh, more places to read, apparently. The flourishing of Eleanor. Being in a... So I literally thought we were still in the same room, just I went past horror, but I guess not. Eleanor. Being an accountant of the city of mages, by Garfield Farfly. No, one place in Craglorn, isolation can be said to shine as the gleaming city of Eleanor. And it's recognizable by its ancient mage towers, monuments to a strange and foreign age before elf or you could rise in Craglorn. Eleanor stands as testament to the civilizing power of the scholar and the mage on an otherwise wild population. Until the beginning of the Second Era, Eleanor was little more than a wild, lawless backwater. Like most of Craglorn, it is settled mainly by those unfit for life inside the Empire. As such, during a place lacking true leadership or even laws to govern it, constantly prey to the predation of the bandits and iron orc raiders in the mountains. Second Era, however, a small group of mages led by the illuminated Felix, Blackcaster Augustus, not the comforter and combines of the mages guild to practice arts in Craglorn. Suggests that Blackcaster and the mages are nothing more than unruly, morally questionable, and undisciplined hedge mages rebelling against mages guild authority. Until it was perpetuated by the law of summons solely in Craglorn. They would have you believe that mages were first settled in Eleanor, no more than a civilizing influence in the bandits who regularly raided the city. This cannot be farther from the truth. One need only comb the archives. Mages Guild in our Imperial City to learn that Felix Blackcaster was in fact a guild member of high standing. The guild had nothing to do with any disagreement or discipline in practice. They decided to set out to new territories beyond the guild's reach. It shows that Blackcaster remains in constant communication. Supporters in the guild as late as 10 years after the Apex Accord were signed by the leaders of Eleanor. Correspondence sheds ample light. Situation Blackcaster and the mages found on the rival in Eleanor, the lengths to which they went to persuade the unruly populace to accept the leadership and protection. We'll not go into exhaustive detail. We'll summarize it. Blackcaster and his mages, intrigued by the sight of the then empty Apex towers in the city, previously pleaded with the town's mayor he was really more of a warlord. Access to the towers having been denied multiple times, they were despondent and about to give up the quest. Watching shifted, however, when iron orcs came down the mountains and laid siege to the city. Considerable power, Blackcaster and his mages drove over the orcs, quickly winning the love of the fickle people of Eleanor. They claimed Blackcaster their new mayor, and shortly after the Apex Accord was struck, even that stands to the city and states the mages of Eleanor's Apex Towers will provide protection, so as long as the city supports them in the operation of their mages' academy. The fact that the appearance of the iron orcs is not all it seemed. They even gone so far as to declare that Blackcaster and his mages killed the orcs in order to win over the people of Eleanor. I such seem both dubious and insulting. The trickery had been beneath one of Felix Blackcaster's stature and reputation, and in fact the Iron Orcs are notoriously intransigent matters of cooperation and negotiation. Truth is that from the time of the Apex Accord until now, and it has flourished under the guidance and protection of the Blackcaster mages, prominent center of the civilization and wilderness of Craglorn. Hold on. Okay, this I have not read. Wait a fucking second. No wonder it's this book exists in Skyrim. I was like, wait, Horror of Castle XYR of Zyre. Why do I feel like I read that already? But no, and I was like, wait a second, and I just looked down and I see in my Lists of books I need to read and scar and perfectly modded that at the very end is Horror of Castle Zyre. Clavides skips to the back of the book and reads the last sentences. He's reading in black ink. The Khajiit mail showed tiny little fortitude to a simple lightning spell, but I've had interesting physiological results with a medium-level acid spell cast slowly over several days. Not just yes, I see. Was the acid spell cast only with the entire body except in black ink? Normal female subjected to 16 hours of frost spell, which eventually crystallized her in a state of suspended animation from which she eventually aspired. Not for the Norn male nor the Ashlander, who lapsed into their comas much earlier but then recovered. And then tried to escape, but I restrained him in the Nor, then had an interesting chemical overreaction from fire spell and expired. Incoming illustration. Red ink, yes, I see the pattern of poison lesions, some sort of internal incineration, perhaps caused by the combination of a short flame following a longer session with frost. Shame that I can't see the experiment personally, but I compliment you on your excellent notation. Macking, thank you for the suggestion about slowly poisoning I made an hour. You suggested have fascinating results, eroding your memories very subtly. I intend to increase it exponentially and see how long it is before she notices. Speaking of which, it's a pity that I haven't any Argonian subjects, but the slave traders promised me some healthy specimens in autumn. Should like to test their metabolism in comparison to elves and humans. Fear that a medium-level lightning spell cast in a continuous wave and then a Guardian wouldn't be lethal for several hours at least. My results were the serial female and of course the giant. I think it would be a shame to wait until autumn to see. He's reading the letter and Rennick. Here's your Argonian. Let me know the results at sign Kim aware of him. Okay, this isn't necromancy, it's destruction. I'm aware of him and Kenna Tavani. Or of Zyre, I haven't been experimenting with death, but with the limits of magical torture. I didn't address the Kenna Tavani Order of Zyre, I addressed the Sidur Lachila Zyre, his wife, do you think? Lachila, that was Tavani of the Zyre family. Heard about it in connection with the giant slaying. We'd best get the maid out of here. She'll need to go to a healer. He wakes up in address. She appears at the door. What's happening? Who are you? Everything is going to be fine. We're going to take you to a healer. Do you need a coat, you old chili? I think you know I'm not cold. In order so she really stops, really, and she's been caught. You know, unsheath her blades. You have black ink on your fingers, your ladyship. You saw me at the door. You thought I was going your friend, wherever him sent away. Said not now, go away. I noticed that she is, and you're much more observant than her. You don't understand what was happening. Even when I tripled the poison spell, she expired, and what I observed was considerable agony. Wait, is that like the queens and stuff from Warframe? You know what I was doing the night? Okay. You're gonna use on me first, lightning or fire? Lightning, I find fire to be too unpredictable. It makes the flames and the torch extinguish stage of the dark. Struggle, swords clanging, suddenly bolt lightning flashed out. Then some darkness, and now she speaks. Fascinating. There's some more flash of lightning as the curtain closes. Oh, we discovered alchemy. My Defussus Lector. Bardus. Your approach for a novice why is this in here? For a novice alchemist to learn how to concoct potions is experiment. It means systematically trying to mix the carefully selected regions in a solvent and the results. Then you change one of the regions and see if you get a different result. I seem to think throwing my handfuls of regions in a cauldron will result in some mystical potion. I was willing to let you fail a battle like this. I believe you learned my mistake, even if the road is long in your case, hill rocky and blocked by deadfalls. But your father's sensual has informed me down through 725 gold pieces worth of regions to no result. I'm going to assign you a practium that should both teach you something and your father's money. In addition to the standard flower powders, you will use some rune parts from your latest victory against the rats in the pantry. Just to keep expenses low. Please try some to use regions that have at least some matching traits. Yeah, practium 1. Add 1 and 2 to 3 and then you get the resulting thing. Hit A and B to C and get the following result. Yeah, X and Y to Z and I got the following result. Philosophy of stealth. The red ass Helen stand. Yeah, obvious, but the key to practical invisibility is not to be seen. I mean, to not be seen, let us turn this around and ask what does it mean to be seen. Yeah, visual objects somewhat attract the attention of the viewer. Time you can count on a target's vision to sight across 19 out of 20 objects without really seeing them, because the target is simply make a part of the general background of his or her surroundings. Not by saying you must become part of this general background. Lose your individuality and become an integral part of your surrounding. You may wear the cloak of shadows even upon the salt flats at noon. A lamp? Oh, I already did that. A chopping block. You tricked me, cried Thurdo. He stopped short and dropped skill line gained. Yeah. His axe as he rounded the corner of the long house, face to face with a fresh stack of logs in the chopping block. You promised you were going to teach me to fight like you, and I am, little brother. Just show me any patience, chuckled thoroughly. When I learn to use that axe, you have to start with the basic. You think you'll be able to cleave an enemy's skull if you can't split firewood? Yeah, I'll show you. Thurdo snatched his weapon, a battered iron, cast off from his brother's younger days, and charged the block. Mighty yell, he closed his eyes and swung the axe of his head. And with all those things, he must have staggered forward. Blade sailed past the log and launched himself in the dirt. That's so easy, is it? You got some power there, but that won't help you if you can't hit what you want. Here, watch me. Just try a few chops. See how I keep my eyes on the target the whole time and take a solid stance, and you try again. Jeff went on into the evening until Thurdo's arms felt weak and his hands burned where the grip the haft. Can that be shaft? He trained like this for many weeks, simply chopping wood until he could chop a whole cord without break with one hand on an axe. One morning, Tuesday, he offered his daily practice only to find his brother standing next to construction, stuffed sacks and stacks near the roaring line of the Daggerful Covenant. You have more strength? Your name now? As you do with a different target. Come and show this foot what the Nord can do. And he tossed his little brother a makeshift wind shield and spent the morning on targets and waving the dummy's arm as Surtur hacked away while he attempted to block the flimsy blows. He went to try out Trollfang on a real one. Surtur immediately as the two took a break on the shade of a nearby tree. Know what you named it then? Oh, well. We're going to come to that too so soon. Lie thrower. You've learned a lot, but you've a long way to go. We'll keep practicing before you know it. Ready to answer the call of battle. Wait, what's that? I think I hear now. No, the mother calling us in. Alright, bro said, her wrath is worse than every covenant soldier. With her, hurry before she comes after us. Laughing, chased his brother across the yard into the house. I mean, well, here's the thing. I'm more in tune with the Covenant, I'd say. What you really... Yeah, I don't know.
You have been accepted by the stars above.
Oh.
You are now one of us.
You could say that.
The stars have accepted you. I just hope it is not too late. Volumes of prophecy have been written about the stars, but not even the oracles foresaw these events.
Well, we're going to find out where we start, which is going to be a Serpent Court, next time in the show. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. See ya!